We have come today to bring to you East Africa and the Secretariat here, an insider. I've discovered that your Deputy Secretary General, one of them, and we wish the other one a quick recovery. In fact, it was good to see him. That the Deputy Secretary General is actually the Deputy Chairman to President Kagame kwa chama ambacho kinatawala katika nchi jirani ya Rwanda. Now, it looks like people have been shy to say Peter Mathuki is actually the Secretary General of my own party, the Wiper Democratic Movement. We do not know what you're going to do after this because you're going to be very involved. I'm quite sure at the level of Deputy Secretary General, maybe people can think of lighter duties. But we will look into this thing. Therefore, Believers Wiper are so proud of you that we have donated you to East Africa because you are one of our very best. And so that's why we have come in a big way. In fact, I think it would be remiss if we do not read out before we leave tonight the names and members of Parliament, both from the Senate and the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya, who have come to escort Honorable Peter Mathuki. It is a sensation at home, but Kenyans also realize he's going to be an impartial Secretary General. He's not going to act partially with regard to matters to do with Kenya. He's a Secretary General of the East African Community. He's not a Secretary General for Kenya. So we are going to surrender you completely, and my charge to you as your party leader, you will absolutely enhance the integration agenda of East Africans. You will never deviate from the aspirations of the founding fathers who gave you the treaty establishing the East African Community. So, fellow East Africans, let us get rid of any suspicions in our midst. Of course, as one of you, I do know that there are thorny issues in the region. I want to urge that we iron out any political differences in our midst and be able to build a community that is going to be the pride of Africa. But we also had hoped by now that East African Legislative Assembly will have really legislated on the very important matter of free movement of goods and services, free movement and the right to establishment. I am a lawyer. I want to come up and establish my law practice here in Arusha. I think that's one way of making things happen. We really have therefore to relax, and Peter, I know you have a relaxed mind. Do not spare any effort in making sure that East Africans, first of all, trust each other. And there's not going to be anybody, nyakati zile za mzee Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, mzee Kenyatta na Milton Obote, nyakati zile, we all know where we come from and the particular contribution. Even before, in fact, after Mkapa took over as president of Tanzania, I remember that with the late Mwalimu Nyerere, we had to sit and push hard our brothers in Burundi so that they could get their act together. When I see Burundi strong in the community, I feel that Mwalimu Nyerere, wherever he's resting in relative peace. So let us not really, we must remove any cobwebs, make this community good to do business, because if we do serious business, we'll be able to fight the poverty which has been afflicting our people. Minister Aden Mohamed, you've done well. We also urge that the chair of the council, you do not leave any stone unturned to ensure that revival, if you like, a re-energized community of East Africans takes root. This is why we've even come with our governors, because the Maasais in Namanga cannot understand why they cannot just walk across the border without going through Namanga or checkpoint or whatever. The moment we shall be able to see East Africans driving without even carrying the East African passport or whatever, I think some of us will be very happy.
One of the greatest marks I would expect out of your tenure is to make East African community and East African integration known to and embraced by the people of East Africa. We should not leave East African community to be an agenda of national governments of the member states. And Minister Aden, going forward, as Kenya is the current chair, you may even consider that in future members of IALA to sensitize and expose the idea of integration and East Africa to people of the region should be, in a defined constituency manner, be elected by wananchi. Like the European Union, members of the EU Parliament are directly elected. And when you have somebody in Turkana or Songea or Mutukulu or wherever campaigning to be an East African member of Parliament, he will be hard put to explain what East African community is, what East African Parliament is, what benefits are going to come out of that, and that is how we can integrate even more. We as Kenyans cherish the community because we know that integration of our region is the future of our economies. I want to urge my brothers and sisters from all member states, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, and South Sudan, that our integration is not an option. We must get together, and in doing so, and this is my last point, again, Minister Adan, as the chair of the council, simple things that can benefit and make people feel and enjoy integration. Why would a Kenyan coming to Tanzania be required to carry a passport? Why would a Kenyan going to Uganda and vice versa be stopped at the border and be asked all manner of questions? We must have free movement of persons, free movement of goods, services, and a true integration of our economies. And us in the leadership at our various capacities, we must play our role. And my brother and Kalonzo and I, when he was foreign minister in the Kibaki government, first I was his deputy, and we used to visit here regularly. And we are the ones who engineered the idea of every country in East Africa must have a minister responsible for East African affairs, so that they constantly talk about East Africa, not only in Arusha, but back in their capitals and in their cabinet meetings, to get everybody to understand East Africa. Peter, you have a legacy to build.
Members of the East Africa community, let us always strive to remain together. Like somebody said, Franklin, that we either get hung together or we shall all be hanged separately. So let us stay together. It is important that we continue working as a team.
So as I wind up, tonight as I stare out into this beautiful room, all I can see is hope, optimism, and a future. So Daddy, as you take up on your new role, I challenge you to, as East Africans, we would love to see the benefits of the East African community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.